Okay, on this first one, what do we do on this first one? Log base 3 of x plus, why plus, Jane? You're right. Yes, so this is multiplication here. Okay, so this would be showing work here, doing this, and then another step, log base 3 of x plus 5 log base 3 of y. So that's what your final answer will be on that. Remember, with that, multiplication becomes addition, and then that exponent moves to the front. So on number 2, what do you want to do first on number 2? What do you want to do first on number 2? See? No, not yet. Yes, we want to simplify that parentheses there. So how does that parentheses simplify? Log base 7 of a to the, what do we do with those exponents? Multiply, so this becomes 10. So somebody besides Zane, what goes on the bottom? B to what exponent? Squared. Questions on that? We're not done, but questions so far. Now we would expand it. So this is showing your work on this. I'm getting a lot of students that aren't showing work, and I want to see this work here because you're not going to have notes to use when we have the quiz on Friday. You're not with any of this stuff. So you're going to need to be able to do this without looking at an answer key, without looking at these properties. Okay. So the next, what's my next step on this? Log base 7 of division is subtraction. So a to the 10th minus log base 7 of b squared. Almost done. What's my last step to expand? Got to move those exponents. So this would be 10 log base 7 of a minus 2 log base 7 of b. Could I switch the order on this one? That's because it's subtraction. Subtraction, you can't switch that order. The order would change it. How could I switch the order of those two parts on number 1? Could I change it on number 1? Yeah, because it's addition. Okay. Okay, so now condensing number 3. So are the numbers in the front the same? No, so I cannot bring it together yet. I have to move those exponents. So this is log base 3 of x to the 7th, taking that exponent or the number in the front, moving it to the exponent. So that's one of your 3 log properties. And then this would stay log base 3 of y, and then minus log base 3 of z what squared. So now I can write it as 1 log. So it becomes log base 3 of x to the 7th. Where does the y go? On the top. And where does the z to the 3rd go? Down on the bottom. So the subtraction means division. So that's log base 3 of x to the 7th y over z to the 3rd. I'm going to rewrite this y. It's a little unclear. Okay, and this one here, my suggestion would be to write this down on another piece of paper if you had trouble with this one. Okay, you can write it down on your whiteboard now and then write it down on another piece of paper because you guys, some of you are going to ask for questions on this on the homework because there's going to be a homework assignment today where we're going to be reviewing this. So how do I rewrite this with a number in the front? So that divided by 4 is what multiplied by log base 5 of x? You have to be able to answer that to do this problem there. Yes, Emma, 1/4. So it's not 4 because the 4 is in the denominator. It would be a 1 that would be assumed to be on the top. So it's 1/4 log base 5 of x. Questions on that? Okay, so then we need to rewrite this with the 3 on the exponent. So log base 5 of m to the third. So we want to move this number in the front where? Yeah, so we move it to the exponent. Log base 5 of x to the 1/4 plus log base 5 of m to the third. How could I write that x to the 1/4? That can be simplified more. How can that be simplified? It's a root. Which root? 4th root. Good. So log base 5, 4th root of x. So remember, this denominator 4 is your index of your radical, and the number 1 is your exponent. So we don't need to put the 1 there because it doesn't change it. And then it's plus log base 5 of m to the third. So this is addition, so we can rewrite it as log base 5. It's just clearer if we put the m to the third first times the 4th root of x. So that would be your answer. Okay, so my suggestion would be to write that down somewhere if you had trouble with that one. Just a second. Can you come up here? Jace, can you come up here? I'm just going to talk about it really quickly. I can't talk. Yeah, both of you, because you both weren't here on Friday. And then Ira, if you don't want to listen, that's okay. But okay, if you're good. So these 3 properties here. What is this? When I have an a next to the b, what does that mean? Yes, it's multiplication. Does that make sense? Okay. So when we have multiplication, if we're looking with exponent rules, what would we do with the 5 and the 2 to simplify that? That's right. We add the 5 plus 2, which gives us the 7 there. So we change this to addition because this, if you remember, when you change it to exponential form, this represents the exponent. We have an exponent and an exponent. So we're adding exponents. So now when we're, what sign is this, or what operation is that? Division. And so when we're dividing, if we were doing 1, we subtract. So that's why we subtract here. Okay. And then if we have a number to an exponent to an exponent, we multiply. So what we do on this one is you take that b and move it to the front. So those are your 3 properties. Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.